What's up, Dragon Brood? So today we're going to be playing a Gods and Legends deck, but mostly focusing it on Golgari. And I want to admit, I actually had been working on this a little bit, and I caught a clip of a video from another YouTube creator that goes by Gygax, I believe, and got a couple of ideas that I think help push this over the top. So though our versions are different, I think they're going to do both some really good things, so be sure to check that out. Also, don't forget to check out the end of the video where we have the card spotlight and we talk about just different stories, prices, sometimes things you should pick up, just all kinds of stuff about different cards in Magic over the years. But that's at the end. Right now, we're going to talk about this Golgari Gods and Legends deck. Alright, so obviously the whole purpose of this deck is to play as many legendary creatures as you can. And it's nice because everything kind of works together in this deck in different ways, which makes it really fun to play, truthfully. But we're starting with 3 Blizzard Brawl and 3 Heartless Axe, because we do have to have ways to get rid of threats so we can keep attacking with our creatures. Which, by way of Blizzard Brawl, tells you we're going to be playing a bunch of Snowlands. I have 2 Valkies. Mostly we're going to be using Valky and not Tibalt, but we do have ways to get that extra red mana if we need to be able to cast Tibalt, starting with Elysian Caryatid. This taps for mana of any color, so that solves that problem. But we also have Eska, God of the Tree, which does let any of your legends tap for multiple colors. And we are able to cast the Prismatic Bridge because of Eska and the Caryatids, so we get a late game play and an early game play that are both pretty good. And with so many creatures being legendary, you get a bunch of things that have vigilance, which is nice because we have Grakmaw. I know people love Grakmaw and want to get it into a deck, so I'm glad this is a spot where it can live for now. And it does a lot of things, especially Grakmaw's best ability really, or best matchup probably is in mono red, where you play it, they have to waste some amount of resources on it or whatever, and then you still have a creature to block with. It's a really, really good card in that fight. Then we're playing 4 Gem Razors, just because it's one of our few ways to destroy artifacts and enchantments, but we do have the ability to grow our creatures, give some stuff trample, like Golvari, who may be a 6/6 quite often. Also, you can make a big Grakmaw and attack with that. So it's doing a few things in here, even beyond just killing the problem cards. Then we're playing 2 Questing Beasts. I kind of toyed around with trying to get a third in here, but I think 2 is the right number. Then we have 2 Toski, Bearer of Secrets, which, by the way, Toski alongside Eska is real nice because you get another legend creature that doesn't tap to attack, and then you have an indestructible attacker and an indestructible blocker. So very good there. 3 Binding of the Old Gods just as an all-around removal card to help us out. And we have 2 Polakranos Unchained, who, again, is legendary. So nothing wrong with that. Gives you a good card to get out of the graveyard and another way to remove things. We're playing 1 Blood on the Snow just as a kind of catch-all, if things get out of hand. 2 Garrett Curse Hunter to kind of help you, Huntsman, sorry, to kind of give us a way to close things up at the end of the game. Maybe go ultimate if that's a thing, but sometimes just clog up the board is good enough. As for lands, we're playing 5 Snow-Covered Swamps, 6 Snow-Covered Forests, 3 Dark Boar Pathway, 2 World Tree, which again gives us mana of all different colors, but also lets us go find a couple of creatures. We don't have a lot of gods, but sometimes it can help you go find a couple in a pinch. 2 Bonder's Enclave, 2 Fable Passage, 2 Faceless Haven, and 1 Tyrite Sanctum. I will also point out that one of the best things in this deck is going to end up being Golvari. Because everything is legendary, you can get almost your pick of your top couple of cards just about every time. So you're going to be able to get cards constantly in this deck. So you shouldn't be short trying to find spells to cast, which I really like. One thing I would consider is Nylea, the green god from Theros, could actually work in this list. So if there's something here you don't like or you don't own and you already have Nylea, you can consider putting it in here. And this is one of the spots that would work because you do have a lot of green devotion in the deck and you have a ton of creatures to search for. So she fits in here very well. But that's enough of me talking. Let's go watch some games. All right, we get to go first, and we are refusing to draw green land here, so I'm just going to have to use this Fable Passage. I mean, we're going to use Valky early here. Not usually our preference, but, it'll be fine. Good chance There may not be a lot for us to snag here. But I was just debating if we wanted to cast Golgari here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this. Since we don't know what we're up against, we'll get a look. Alright, well, that answers that question. Well, could get Blood Chief's Thirst, and they could get their creature back, so, unfortunate. Good news, we've got Gem Razors. So they kind of need to kill Valky now. But they may just want to play Temple of Deceit. Yep. So we can grow Valky if we can draw a green land. We did not. Okay, that changes things pretty significantly here. Could cause us some problems. Let's... Do we want to attack? I feel like we do. Alright, opponent's choosing not to block. They have an unknown card and a Blood Chief's Thirst, so I'm just going to go with this. And we're going to end the turn. Don't have to have an Agrakmaw here. You know, if we don't find a green land, then we're probably just going to play a Gem Razor straight up. If we do find a green land, then we're going to try to play Golgari. It's kind of where we're at the moment. Alright, there's that. We knew that was coming, so no surprise. Thought Thief, sure. Don't hate it. Alright, we didn't find what we wanted, so we're going to lead with this. And then I'm going to attack with the Agrakmaw. Hopefully they don't have a kill card here. Good chances they do, though. We've got, what, 3 cards in the graveyard? No, we have 5. Oh, yeah, because Valky died and we Fable Passage. That's not good. We left something on top. Probably a kill spell. Another Thought Thief. And the other Wind Robber. Sure, we lose some cards. We're still going to block a Wind Robber unless you just want to sacrifice it. And we're kind of okay with that. A bit late. A bit late. Back with the Agrakmaw. Nope. Opponent was not interested. No surprise. Pretty sure we're in bad shape here. Don't think this Gem Razor is going to come anywhere close to making it. Because we're going to take 9 minimum. Not even the cards we're worried. The cards are bad, but it's not even the cards we're worried about here. Damage is going to be the real issue. Well, of one mind, got them 2 more cards. Did you surprisingly not have a kill spell here? I guess not. Okay, their hand's loaded. But now we're kind of in charge. So they'd have to block... What do we even do here? 3 more legendaries. That's going to turn this into a 6/6. So yeah. I mean, we do it. I mean, why not? Sure. That's not the worst thing that could happen by any stretch. They're taking 8. I'm going to be left with just 1 Thought Thief. And we really effectively lost nothing. Now, granted, they could still have, like, Thief Guild Enforcers and things like that here that do have Deathtouch. So we've got to keep that in mind. But the opponent looks like they only have 5 mana, but could be more. Alright, there's a Ruin Crab, so they're going to have at least 1 land. Going to mill us for 6. No, wouldn't have been upset to have an old Binding of the Old Gods. Eska, you don't really do much for us here, do you? Other than making our Kovari bigger, potentially. But then we can't really play our... I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some other creatures dropped in here. I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, some stuff's just going to die here to Thieves Guild Enforcer, and there's not much we're going to be able to do about it. Oh, they didn't have that. Wow. Wow. We get to go first here. Okay. I will take it. Let's see what we can do. Not really a lot to do with this hand. It's kind of straightforward. Just play Caryatid, probably into Toski, and then Gem Razor. But we shall see. Alright. Moss Viper. So it's going to be like that. Ugh. Fair enough. I guess Toski's hard to kill, at least. So we'll have that working for us. Gonna kill our Caryatid. Makes sense. Why not? And unfortunately, we found nothing. Alright. Well, like I said, good news is we do have Toski next turn. Hopefully they don't have Finn here, but the good chance they do. Actually, I say that if they had Finn, they probably would have tried to play it last turn. We could potentially get off a Blood in the Snow that could be pretty good. Alright, no Finn. That's the good news. If they're just nickel and diming us, we could live with that. I have no clue what they're playing that they would foretell unless it's a removal spell. Which is possible. I could see that being a thing. Toski. I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and put Gem Razor on Toski, because if we do get to a situation where we have to Blood in the Snow, Toski won't die. We'll still be doing 4 a turn. And it is possible that we could, like, Toski... I mean, Gem Razor on the Toski and then draw something we could cast for 2. Alright. What you got, opponent? Vengeful Reaper. Okay. That definitely qualifies. Let's see. What do we want to do here? We can sweep their board next turn. We'd only be able to get back a Caryatid with the Blood in the Snow. Let's do this first, just to see if we find anything worth casting. Because maybe, you know, we find like a Heartless Actor or something. This at least means we'll practically be guaranteed to get a card, unless for some reason they want to double block Toski, but I doubt it. Okay. And we are going to attack. Hopefully draw something good. I'd really like a Heartless Act, honestly. And then we could play one of these colorless lands and be set up for the turn after the Blood in the Snow. That would be ideal, which means it won't happen, but I would like for that to happen. Alright, there's our attack. Okay, cards. Be kind. They were not kind. Not kind at all. Alright, let's see what's up. Man, too bad I didn't already have a Grakmaw in play. I could kill it, get the token, and then get a full Grakmaw back. That'd be awesome. Alright, Foulmire Knight. Looking for a Finn for a big blowout attack, I'm sure. Alright, we're taking 4. Well, that's random bonus for later. I don't mind that. So let's... Blood on the Snow? Get back the one thing we can get back, and we'll attack. Okay, that doesn't really do too much, but it does give us freedom of mana, I guess. Still have a removal card here with Blizzard Brawl, so even if they find something like a Nighthawk or something, we'd still be okay here. Or that. Alright, Caryatid's way dead. Totally reasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 7. We could... Grakmaw, attack... I think I'm going to do this. Just, you know, close that clock. Why not? Yep, that'll do it. Opponent goes first, but we're going to keep this anyway. I mean, we know these Caryatids are not going to live long, and that's okay. Our plan is really just get Grakmaws and Eskas out here right after that. So the Caryatids are really just going to be sucking up damage. They have a role, and they will play it. I think we're going to go green mana. Well, I can't really do that. I got to go Grakmaw. Honestly. Don't want to, but I need to. Hireling, huh? Okay. That's a thing you don't see too often. No blocks. Alright, we're going to go with this. Because it does block and replace itself. Whenever source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, gets +1 and double strike. So Grakmaw's a real good card to have here. Sucks that the opponent took our Golgari. I wouldn't mind having that. Ooh, that's nice. That's real nice. What do we do with that? I mean, we could... I'd probably just play this straight up, honestly. Yeah, that's what we do. We just play it. Then we use that to play that. And then... What else do we do here? We pass. We do nothing. Because then next turn we can just play Garruk, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, way more than enough mana then. And they're really just 1 mana away from playing Essica if we want. Okay, another Gem Razor. Reasonable. Yeah, we just Garrick. I mean, I truly can't see why not.
We are the apex predators.
Attack? I mean, seems fine. Because now, even if there is an Embercleave or a Torbran or whatever, we're kind of like, all right, fine. All right, another Pyreling. Okay, we don't hate that. We can just play an Eska, which is going to set up us having a Prismatic Bridge. We could play Gem Razor, but I don't really want to waste it in case there is like a, I don't know, let's say Embercleave or a Nax or something like that. Let's roll in with these folks. I mean, they could shoot us for 2 and then double block with the Pyrelings, which is probably something that could happen here. Nope. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Sure. I mean, that really doesn't change much. Though now, knowing what we know, we're going to make those. And then I'm actually just going to play this.
We are the apex predators.
And we're going to end the turn. Because now we can just ultimate Garrick and everything's going to be +3/+3 and trample. So unless they deal damage to Garrick, none of this is going to matter. I have no idea what the opponent's deck is. Oh, I see. I see. You're using Quakebringer with the Pyrelings. Got it. Well, doesn't really matter. Oh boy, we go first. Alright, let's keep it. We can use the crest on Golgari here, so I'm alright with that. And then if we draw a land, we have the option for either of these. If not, then, well, that changes things a little bit, huh, doesn't it? Alright, I guess we go for it. Why not? If they have a removal card, they come after our Caryatid, and then we'll just do what we do next turn. The Omen Keel. Well, it didn't matter. We didn't find a land anyway. It's all irrelevant. Alright, good news is we can block the Omen Keel with a 1/4, so that's exciting. Though the opponent might just bounce it with the Brazen Borrower here on our Eska. Would make a lot of sense. Ooh. Alright, let's go here, since you can't counter this. And that also blocks the Omen Keel. Yeah, like, that didn't do anything. Would you like to stop some of my other creatures here? Well, now we know they're loading up on counters. I have to assume we're going to flash something in here, right? Just those, because we may still want to use our mana. Like, if we draw a land, we're probably just gonna... Okay, Shark Typhoon for 2. Sure. And we'll just go ahead and kill it, because they probably won't have many things for us to kill. And I really need the card so we can find land. Sure. Let us let you block. That's fine. We could still kill the Omen Keel here. I guess we do. Alright. Get 2 cards. Neither of them were land. Gosh, dang it. That's tough life. Okay. We're back to doing this. Oh, what else do we got? 1, 2, 3. I have 5 mana. You know what? Let's do this. If you want to counter it, you counter it. If they counter, it means they're not going to really activate the Omen Keel. Exactly. So then we get to attack with these at a minimum. Actually, we can attack with all 3 because we're... Well, no, because I still want to be able to block the Omen Keel if that were to come up. I was just thinking I might want to just play the Crest if we don't find a land, but... Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll at least Grakmaw here. I mean, with Eska out, it doubles as a land. So why not? We're doing a lot on just 2 mana here, mind you. I'm gonna bounce our Grakmaw, then crew and attack and get a land. Is that their plan? I mean, I'll block. Just turn it into a 3/3. That's okay. It's 1 less mana, but whatever. Discontinuity. Okay. Sure, opponent. Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know what that was about. Okay, like I expected, the deck was a lot of fun. And I will say this, if you play it best of 3, really the one thing you're probably going to need is some type of discard spells. I would even consider doing something like maybe 3 or 4 Duresses and possibly complementing that with something like a couple of Lilianas, or, believe it or not, even Turgid, because if you can get to where your opponent has to discard a card or sacrifice something every turn and take 3, if you've already managed to do like 4 to... Actually, if you get your opponent down to around, like, let's say -10, then that Turgid's Liner is going to really do a lot of work there. So really consider that as another option. And Turgid is also a god, so it fits what we're doing here with the rest of stuff and it's legendary. So something to think about there. I think you have some options, but other than that, you know, typical sideboard stuff will work well in this deck. Now, as for the card spotlight, we're going to talk about a card that some people really love, Helm of the Host. And the reason I bring this up is this card feels like it's all the way back from Dominaria, but it almost feels like since it debuted, I've had to remove that from people's lists more often than not. Almost anytime they have legendary cards, like, ooh, I'm going to squeeze in Helm of the Host. And honestly, it's one of those cards that almost just never gets it done. So I would say from a deck building perspective, just skip playing it. Now, if you're playing something like Commander or whatever, that's a whole different ball game. And if it fits and it makes sense, go for it. But don't just try to jam it into the decks. It does not go into very many things. That said, it is super popular with the casual crowds. And the card's like $25 or something. So there's that, in case you didn't know. Helm of the Host is worth a bit, so you might think it's a junk rare, but no, it's not. People actually want that card. As always, don't forget you can get the deck list down in the description below. Also, remember, if you're shopping for anything on Amazon or just Magic cards even on TCGPlayer, if you use any of those links in the description down below, you'll be helping the channel out because we'll get a 1 to 3% kickback, and you don't have to spend any money you weren't already going to spend to show your love and support, which I'm super appreciative. Also, if you haven't, remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and even leave a comment and tell me maybe a type of deck you want to see or what you liked about this deck or not. All those things help the video get in front of more people, lets me know you appreciate the channel, and lets you know the next time I have a video up. Well, that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.